Everyone does their job.
You know who we are and what we train to be. Tough, nasty, and disciplined.
The fire's ignited. Man, I'm my enemy.
He's going to take it all the way to the house. Touchdown. Touchdown. What a grab.
Bring the heat. Pressure. Keep riding. On leash. Let's go.
Let's go. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Christian Allegro slams the door. Dylan Jones will crash into the goal line. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kahuna has some room. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Welcome to Badger Nation.
Welcome to Badger Nation and welcome to the capital city of Wisconsin on a gorgeous October afternoon. And one of the great venues in all of college football, venerable Camp Randall Stadium and Barry Alvarez Field as we go from Lake Mendota in to Camp Randall and our Home Depot Big Ten on CBS brings us the number one team in the country on the road here in Madison against the Badgers of Wisconsin. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler. My partners, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, with us along in New York. Well, right now, Gary, we've seen Ohio State earlier this year. They've been number one in the country since the second week of the season. 10-game winning streak going back to last year when they won it all. They want to win it all again, and when you look at them right now, you don't see a lot of dents in the armor.
No, I think when we started the season, there were question marks. You know, you lose defensive coordinator, 14 Ohio State Buckeyes winning in the draft,
Yep.
New quarterback. They've answered every one of those questions. I think the challenge right now that Ryan Day is giving to his football team, the same thing he did a year ago, get better every week. We'll take where we are at the end of the year. We want to be playing our best football at the end of the season.
Well, on the other end of the spectrum, you and I have been here when times have been a lot better at Wisconsin. They've lost 4 straight, and coming into this game, they'd like to pull off the ultimate upset like they did 15 years ago this week. But first things first for the Badgers, right?
Yeah, we've seen a couple the last couple weeks. But I think for this Wisconsin football team today, for them to have a game that they're proud of, they want their Wisconsin fans to be proud of their football. They want them to play tough, Barry Alvarez football, do the right things, and they want that football, those fans, to be on their side as this game goes along. They might not expect to win, but they want to see Wisconsin football.
Embattled head coach Luke Fickell, 0-8 against ranked opponents. And on the other side, things going much better for that gentleman. National champions a year ago, only one loss. Those 51 wins, and everybody knows who that's against. I mentioned it's a Chamber of Commerce day in Madtown. 71 degrees, sunshine. The 87th all-time meeting between the Buckeyes and the Badgers. And the Buckeyes have won not only 10 straight games dating back to last year, but 10 straight in this series. Ohio State won the toss and deferred. So Wisconsin will be receiving under the bright sunshine of Camp Randall. And we're underway, and a fair catch taken around the 7-yard line. And so we'll bring it out to the 25 as we check in. Third member of our team is Jenny Dell.
Well, Brad, this week, Luke Fickell's message went beyond X's and O's. It was all about perspective. He kept referencing the movie Unbroken, about a World War II POW. It's a story of grit and endurance. And now, facing that #1 team in the country, his message was simple. It's all about pride and finding joy in competing. He told his guys, the ones who survive are the ones who embrace the hard every single day, Brad.
All right, Jenny, thank you. We'll see how they do as they open things up with Hunter Simmons in the shotgun. And on the sweep, about a 3-yard pickup for Dylan Jones. And let's set the Wisconsin quarterback for you. Southern Illinois transfer. Started off as a third-string quarterback, and as Wisconsin fans know, the last 2 or 3 years, nothing but injury problems for the quarterbacks, and thus the changes. Played pretty well against Michigan a couple of weeks ago, not so much in the shutout loss to Iowa last week. They keep it on the ground, and maybe 2 yards for Dylan Jones. It's going to bring up a third down right off the bat. Players to watch Jake Renfro missed a couple games due to injury, and having him back on the offensive line helps the cause. Arvell Reese is a mid-season All-American right now, playing the lights out for the defense for Ohio State.
The start of last week's game for Wisconsin was such a disaster. Getting a first down will help them in this football game, just gain a little confidence in themselves.
Only 38% on their third down conversions this year. Simmons in the shotgun. First pass is caught. It's going to be close, but I think he's about a yard shy.
Yeah, I think his knee came down as he caught the pass. He went down low for it, and he was open. Ball was thrown low and safely, but the receiver, I think, his knee comes down to catch it. Yes.
Eugene Hilton was the guy that made the catch, but he's short of the first down, and out comes the punting unit on a 3-and-out.
Interesting last week against Iowa, that disaster. They had a 4th and 1 on their first drive and decided to punt. Also, that was about the 40-yard line. This is a little more dangerous.
Brandon Innes awaiting the punch from Sean West. This one's going to take a great roll and out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
If you heard the crowd react, they thought it was a shank. But it was a shank, as Brad said, got the good roll.
A 55-yard kick with the roll down to the 11. And that is where the Buckeyes start with Julian Sayin at the controls. And, man, has he been sensational. 15 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, and leads the country in completion percentage.
One of the question marks when they opened their season against Texas, a new quarterback, never played. He answered that bell, and a lot of players on his team said, we got the guy.
Bo Jackson with him in the backfield on the first snap for the Buckeye offense. The RPO and the throw to the outside of the All-American Jeremiah Smith picks up about 5. And players to watch for Ohio State. And the only Wisconsin native on the Buckeye team is that guy, Carson Hinsman. And Darrell Peterson, one of the fine defensive players for Wisconsin. Sayin delivers a dart to Carnell Tate and a first down.
A long dart on that play from the far hash. Good route, comes inside, gets the defensive back's hips facing inside. It's an easy one, but the throw clear across the field. What a easy completion. Is this going to be the way they loosen up this football game?
Well,
say, let's do it early?
So far it is another throw, another completion. Smith, and he just stiff arms the defender out, but another nice gain.
Yeah, there's no doubt the Wisconsin football team, probably the weakest part of their football team is their secondary. Injuries, players they were counting on not showing up, and the matchup with the receivers for Ohio State.
Sayin rolls, throws, going to his left, got it to his tight end, another first down. As he got it to Max Clare, the Purdue transfer.
Yeah, I think Ryan Day is thinking like I am in the open, where he says, you know what, I'm not going to let this crowd get in the game. I mean, we're not going to play it safe. We're not going to think ball control. We're not going to think about how many games we have going forward. Let's get this thing over early as we can. Let's go with our best players and try to shock this team that's already reeling coming into the game.
Well, they started this at their 11-yard line. They've worked it out to the 47. And a 1st and 10. Sayin flips it out. Same guy, same result. And into Wisconsin territory goes Clare. Brought down there by Sebastian Cheeks. So the opening 4 minutes of this drive, Ohio State's done whatever they wanted to. 2nd down at 5 coming up.
I'll tell you what they wanted to do. Throw the ball. 5 straight passes.
2nd and 5 for the Badger 48. Sayin getting some heat this time. Steps up. delivers across the middle of Jackson. And Bo Jackson's got it to the 32-yard line. Another Ohio State first down.
Yeah, the temptation with all these great receivers is to go for the big play, but he's been schooled so strongly, stepping up in that pocket and taking the easy check down, controlling the football with the passing game.
So poised with that little bit of heat coming from the outside. As Gary said, just a little 1-2 step into the pocket and completes another one and another first down 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, a little faster. They're last in the country in tempo, and they're going fast.
Jackson hit in the backfield, and there's a negative play finally for the
top. But, I mean, the other guys are just as dangerous.
Yeah, you worry about him in number 17 down at the bottom, Carnell Tate, who already has a catch today, too. This is going to be the slot man, Innis. And Innis gets back some of the penalty yardage. Still going to bring up third down at about 11.
So on the previous down, when they were going to sack Julian Sayin, or maybe would have got rid of it just before the penalty, Mike Tressel, defensive coordinator, brought 5 on the play.
And
Let's
Innis
see if he gets aggressive.
Excuse me, Gary. Innis is going to go down before he gets to the sideline. He made the catch and was trying to weave through that traffic.
You know, the catch was behind him, Brad. I wonder when he turned to catch it, something might have happened.
Or a roll
no,
up
he got
right there.
rolled right there at the end of the play for sure.
And he got up and wanted to go back to the huddle, and he said better of that and said, I think I better head to the other sideline.
See how the throw took him backwards? You usually want to throw that on the downfield shoulder so he can have a running start.
That was Sebastian Cheeks that made the tackle, and Innis limps to the sideline. We'll check out him when we come back.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if doing the Georgia bark at my boss would be appropriate. Go, dogs!
With CBS Sports HQ streaming free 24/7. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. You can catch Gary with the HQ team after our game. 9th play of the drive coming up. It's a third down. And to have a third down this big, this early, I think it would be.
Yeah, you wonder if now Wisconsin will tilt towards Jeremiah Smith and try to take number 1 away. But remember, Carnell Tate is in the slot with him right there, too.
Sayin is 7 for 7 for 62 yards on this drive so far. The 9th play of the drive. Sayin getting a little bit of heat. Going deep to the end zone. Touchdown, Carnell Tate. 33 yards for the score.
Yes, I gotta say, you can't play much better defense than this. You can't throw the ball better than this. And to go up and make that play between 2 defenders, that's when their 2 guys are better than your 2 guys. That throw, 3rd and long, they did everything right. They took away Jeremiah Smith with the tilt, with the safety. You know you got to throw it deep. It's got to be perfect.
And it was.
Yep.
You know, you talk about worrying about Jeremiah Smith, the All-American, and that is the 8th 30-yard plus reception for Carnell Tate this year to cap the drive of 89 yards in 9 plays.
8 passes for 95 and 1 run for -1.
5th touchdown catch of the year for number 17 and number 16 on the touchdown category for Julian Sayin.
This or that.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, yo. Where's that? Yo, liftily. Yo, we can make it hip to me. What we are, cuz what we be the epitome, do, da, dippity. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, yo.
Get your Venmo debit card today with free Perplexity Pro.
This or that.
When you make your dip super creamy with almonds, your new boyfriend can know nothing about football.
Oh, he touched it down.
Bro, that's the other team.
And still fit in just fine.
Have you tried the dip?
Oh, great fumble.
Red fumble?
That's a Hail Mayo.
Thursday Night Football on Prime. It's on.
Thursday night, we gon' let them know.
This week,
sparks are gonna fly as the Vikings take on the Chargers in a high-octane matchup.
Catch is made. Can he get to the end zone? Yes. Wide open. Off to the end zone. Touchdown.
Stream Thursday Night Football. Vikings, Chargers at 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
A superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
So you find people who can't be found? Something like that.
This isn't what you bargained for.
The jobs never are.
Tracker, the new season begins tomorrow as part of CBS Premier League.
What if we told you you're going to love going to the DMV? Okay, maybe not the actual DMV. That can get a little crowded at times, but the new hit comedy DMV. Buckle up for a new episode this Monday on CBS.
Talked about Carnell Tate's catch, but watch what happens here. Here's the coverage on Jeremiah Smith on the play. Watch the safety go to that side to protect on Jeremiah Smith. That opens up the throw down the middle for Tate. One-on-one, too far away. The safety can't get there. It has to be perfect, and it was. All right, 7 points. Tate makes a good catch. Sayan makes a great throw. How many points you giving Jeremiah Smith on that 7 points?
I give him 4.5.
Four?
Yeah.
More than half?
Maybe
four.
Just four. That's his number.
He sure drew the coverage and made it a nice-looking throw, but Sayan put it there perfectly.
Hayden Fielding to kick. And Wisconsin will bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Now, I don't know if it was quite fair to say that Wisconsin, not as good as those two. I don't know if anybody could stop that throw right there.
That was just perfect.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Carnell Tate, who had a huge game against Minnesota, a career high, 183 yards on 9 catches, and that 33-yarder, his 5th touchdown catch of the year. 9 plays, 89 yards, touchdown. 4.5 minutes. Now it's Hunter Simmons for the 2nd time for the Badgers offense. He's got plenty of time. Fires, and that one's complete out to the 40-yard line. And he got it out to his tight end, McGoggin.
Yeah, nice job right here. Just runs right through the chip, then outside, and then goes up and get it. You got to go up. If you don't, Caleb Downs will make the play. If you wait for the football, we've seen this before all year. You wait for that ball, the great athletes will eat up that space on defense and make a play.
Jackson McGowan picks up 15 on that reception. And now they'll try the run game for about 3 for Dylan Jones. Here's the quarterback troubles just this year. Billy Edwards comes over from Maryland. Wanted to play in the Maryland game after being banged up. That didn't work out. Danny O'Neal came over in the transfer portal from San Diego State. He got hurt. So Hunter Simmons, the Southern Illinois transfer, who's running the show so far today. Empty backfield. 2nd down at 6. Simmons over the middle, and that ball is intercepted. Picked up by Sonny Styles off a deflection.
Boy, that's the story that happened in the Iowa game. First 2 interceptions in the first quarter, then a fumble on a lateral play, and all of a sudden, a quarterback who was struggling makes a good throw, and it's just coughed up on the play. K. Giacomelli goes out there, hooks, puts it right on the face mask. It's one thing they're going bad. It could be a drop. It could have fell to the turf. But right now, everything going bad for Wisconsin Badger football.
I've been in the right place, but it must have been wrong.
They put a patch on the bottom of his left foot, came out, did some running drills. Once he got the all clear, first thing he did was go over to Tate, give him some love. Guys, he is good to go.
All right, he's back in the huddle.
Yeah. I know these receivers. when they see a start like this by Julian Sayin, he wants back in the game.
I want to play.
I want to play. 8 for 8 to 5 different receivers. Perfect on the opening drive. Get
Now
me back in
following.
here. We're throwing. Get me back in there.
Following the turnover, they start at the Badger 43. Sayin, still perfect. Screen pass, Bo Jackson. Just a shoestring tackle. He might have had a lot more.
Christian Allegro with the tackle.
Yeah, I think if number 0 there, Christian Allegro doesn't make that tackle, it's going to go another 15, 20 yards.
Yep, right there. Second down, 4. That one's complete, too, to guess who? The All-American, Jeremiah Smith.
Do you think Jeremiah Smith might have watched the Bengal game Thursday? And
It said Jamar Chase is pretty good.
yeah, you know, Coach Day, did you see the Bengals play?
I know we don't have Joe Flacco, but we got Julian Sayin.
I can get open. That's like,
As you've always said, they're open a lot.
oh yeah. If you ain't throwing the ball to them, it's at halftime, they're looking at you with side eyes. I'll tell you that.
10 for 10. First down at the 23. Sayin looking for more. To the end zone. And tossed away. Nice defense that time by Ricardo Hallman, who we talked to yesterday.
Yeah, one of the starter returning players from the team a year ago comes in. This is a tough battle. What did I say to him yesterday, Ness? It's going to get in the red area.
Yep.
They're going to throw the ball up to Jeremiah Smith. What are you going to do? He says, I'm going to get in front of him, jump as high as I can, and make the play.
And from AT&T Pylon Cam, he does make the play. Perfect position against the taller, bigger receiver, but a nice play defensively by Hallman. Sayin out to Jackson. Bo Jackson weaves his way down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that ball was only going to Bo Jackson on that play. The tight end was blocking on that play. The tight end was blocking on it. No one else was getting it but Bo Jackson on that one.
JBR Suggs brought him down. It'll bring up a third down for Ohio State, which hasn't been a problem. On third down at 11, they got a touchdown pass.
I mean, it's not like Wisconsin's doing anything wrong. I mean, it's a, you know, this is a tough group. They're decided they're going to throw on you. They decided they're going to throw on you. They need pressure somehow, some way.
They're down at 7. C.J. Donaldson in the backfield with Sayin. Sayin, this time a little bit of heat, and they got to him. Got the pressure. He stepped up inside, and then Cheeks, who's had a good first quarter, is the guy that got the sack.
Yeah, good defense at time. Being able to put the pressure that they have to do. They have to help out that secondary. Took Jeremiah Smith away just as he was ready to throw it and then kind of retrace. That's what you got to do when you're rushing at the quarterback. And he goes, just like Sebastian Cheeks did, you got to retrace and save the football team.
And that'll bring out the field goal unit. And that's Jaden Fielding, who's 6 out of 7 on the year. He hit from 26 and 31 a week ago in the win over Illinois. This will be from 38 yards.
First charge team timeout, Wisconsin.
And we're going to wait on the kick.
30-second timeout.
As Wisconsin's going to take a timeout with 4:44 remaining in the first quarter. Do they have enough guys out there? Or why the timeout?
I'm trying to count them right here. I think they got 11 out there. I'm pretty sure they do, yes.
Yeah, they do.
Players, they just maybe playing it safe right here. Did somebody count 10? Somebody count 11? Maybe somebody from the coach's box upstairs missed a guy and said, Coach, we only got 10 and took a safety timeout.
Fielding lined it up, and now he'll try from 38. That's his long this year so far. And it's still his long this year so far. But a stop for Wisconsin. And allows the Buckeyes only 3. 4:40 to go first quarter. Number 1 team in the country leads 10-0.
When holiday
In the first place, Colts against Justin Herbert's Chargers. All starts with JB and the guys. The NFL Today at noon Eastern. And our brand new NFL Today Plus. You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. That Colts-Chargers game. Ian Eagle, J.J. Watt, Evan Washburn will hold that. J.J.'s probably watching right now. His alma mater struggling a little bit here on a 10-0 lead, courtesy of the Buckeyes and that guy.
I saw Joe Thomas this morning, the longtime NFL All-Pro offensive tackle, and J.J. Watt. If they had them both on this field,
that would help a lot.
That would help a lot.
So that was a interception by Sonny Styles, and then a 23-yard drive in just 6 plays, 2.5 minutes to get the field goal.
Yeah, great answer by that Wisconsin defense to keep this football game alive for them.
And so Wisconsin will start at the 25 again.
This is what happened to them last week. It just mounted up. They went 7 plays on the opening drive. Then they went 2 for an interception, 2 for an interception, 3, then 2 with a fumble. It just got away from them.
Yeah, it imploded on them last week. Let's see if they can string something together here offensively. Their defense has been out there quite a bit. Luke Fickell, former Ohio State nose guard, former captain at Ohio State, was an assistant coach there, interim coach when Jim Tressel left. And now against his alma mater, looking for anything to go right. Cade Giacomelli on the carry. Picked up a couple.
And Peyton Pierce there on first down. Matt Patricia is dialing up 3 linebackers in the game. You know, maybe rotating. It looks like he's rotating Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese. And Peyton Pierce is playing early in the lineup on first down. 3 different linebackers. They're using them all smartly.
And Reese and Styles, maybe not 2 guys playing that position better all season so far. Dylan Jones on the carry. It's going to bring up another 3rd down.
So could that Wisconsin offensive line, that's the basis of Wisconsin football.
Right.
Fullback leading it up, getting the push up front, a decent run that time.
It's a manageable 3rd down. Let's see if they can pick it up on 3rd down and 4.
Here's where a Billy Edwards that they brought in for plays like that, the ability to have an athletic quarterback really stresses the defense. They don't have that.
Tight end on the move. Dylan Jones just stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. And it was Malone who made the hit.
Yeah, see, right now, you really don't have the running quarterback. Ohio State realizes that. They sell out. They don't at all think the quarterback's going to keep it. I think Jeff Grimes, offensive coordinator for Wisconsin, remember, he's got a couple of injuries already. Maybe he's hesitant to run the quarterback, but he might have to do it to open up the offense. Grimes in the gray hat.
Sean West set to punt again. His first one went 55 yards with a great roll. This one he blasts as well, way up there. Fielded at the 16-yard line. And it is nice return. Wisconsin off to a 2-4 start. They've lost 4 in a row. And since arriving in Madison from Cincinnati, 2023, not too bad. Last year, 5-7, 3-6 in the conference. And as you can see, 2-4 right now overall. And 0-3 in the Big Ten.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of pressure on Luke Fickell, especially he circled that Iowa game for this program. You know, the tough part of it, we talked to Luke yesterday, you know, those 2 Alabama games, back-to-back years, they almost produced 2 losses each year that Alabama took out of this program.
Saying under center, gives it off. C.J. Donaldson. And Donaldson, big run. First down, Ohio State. Agard had to bring him down in the secondary.
Yeah, running less. Saraveld, the left tackle, number 67. Luke Montgomery, everybody stretches out, and even the tight end right there, Max Clare, the transfer from Purdue, all getting the edge of that Wisconsin defense.
First down at the 43. Clare, the tight end, will settle in on a slot to the right. Sands going that way, throwing that way, and got Carnell Tate.
That's really, I mean, I understand 5-star players. You know, they've just got an ability. There's a reason they have it. They're just going to seal off the end right there with Clare. roll out, and there it is. And man, does he rip that ball. He didn't lob it at all. That was on a straight line.
A 27-yard streak. And now he's looking for more across the middle and has it. And it's Donaldson out of the backfield. First down, Buckeyes.
The patience that Julian Sayin will bring into this offense. The play-action pass, he's been so good with it this year. Not just bombing away, but he's accepted the coaching. If you don't have it, take these 6 and 7 yards.
Yep.
And he's done it all year.
What did he tell Jenny last time we had him? Poise in the noise. There's not a lot of noise in Camp Randall right now. Pretty quiet. But Julian Sayin's having his way with the Badger defense and a banged-up secondary.
And Ryan Day is not playing the long game here. He wants to put this game away early.
This time back on the ground where they pick up about 3 for Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson, the freshman, he is lightning in a bottle when he gets in the open field. He comes in averaging over 7 yards a carry. Had a couple of back-to-back 100-yard games earlier in the season. And he's in there with Sayin in the shotgun. Final 40 seconds, first quarter from the 13-yard line of Wisconsin. Jackson got to the 10. And that might close out the first quarter. Let's see.
I see
what Ohio
Ryan
State
Day
wants to do.
walking towards the other side of the field. That's a key, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's not like reading the safety, but, you know, reading the... Will they wait? Or does he already have 2 plays called?
Well, they got a 3rd down and 4. Looks like they're going to snap it before the end of the quarter. Sayin fires on the fade, and it's a touchdown to Carnell Tate for the 2nd time today.
Boy, Ryan Day was disguising it from me, that's for sure. And another perfect high ball. Receivers love those balls right up over their head right there where they can get their hands on it, thumbs together. When you reach up, you get this matchup right here. He knows it's one-on-one. The receivers love to reach up, put their thumbs together, and catch the nose of that ball just like he does there. They practice it all day, and another perfect throw. Thumbs together, perfect.
Jaden Fielding in for the point after. 70-yard drive for the Buckeyes in 6 plays.
I don't think there's any doubt that Ryan Day saw a demoralized football team and says, we're going to do it to him fast. We're going to keep him demoralized.
Julian Sayin's going, I got my guy again. Number 17 in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Our communities share one heartbeat, but when disasters strike, that heartbeat stops. And that's when Belfor steps in to help bring it all back. Belfor, restoring more than property.
Carne Asada is back at Chipotle.
It's our best steak ever.
Fresh, no bad stuff.
With garlic,
Cumin, coriander. It's super tender.
juicy. People love it, and it's so good with our new red chimichurri. You're gonna want to put it on everything. 10 out of 10 flavor.
4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Wisconsin. Julian Sayin to Carnell Tate. First a 27-yard rocket. And then a fade to the corner of the end zone on another perfect pass. And we're at 17-0.
He doesn't lob the ball much, does he?
No, not really. This one's going to be returnable from the 10-yard line. And tough run out across the 25 for Yakimelli. And that will bring the quarter to a close. Not what the Buckeyes and their fans were hoping for in the first 15 minutes. It's been all Ohio State. And the number 1 team in the country looking for their 11th straight win dating back to last year. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore all along with you. And there has been no comparison so far, as Julian Sayin's been almost perfect. And Wisconsin's first 3 drives have been 3 plays and a punt, 3 plays and an interception, and 3 plays and another punt. From the 26-yard line. And going to be a loss of 2 on this for Dylan Jones.
Reese, one of the top linebackers, not just at Ohio State in the Big Ten, but all of college football. Matt Patricia has found his chess piece. It was just Caleb Downs. Now he's got another one. And Arvell Reese is playing at an all-American level.
Arvell coming off a career-high 9-tackle, 1.5 sack game in the win over Illinois. And I mentioned earlier, he's a mid-season first-team All-American. Simmons high, wide, incomplete. Intended for Vinny Anthony.
You know, it was decent protection that time, Ness. Flag went down on it. Did he get contact downfield on the play?
Jeff Serbinsky's going to let us know.
That's your defense. Defense number 6. Everything spot on the file is automatic. First down.
Devin Sanchez, Jerry, the freshman who's been getting more and more playing time. Got a little handsy.
Yeah, got his hand. I don't know if it was just Vinny Anthony tripping on the play.
That's what I thought.
I thought he just laid his hand there. I think that was a 17-0 call, don't you think, right there? Hate to say it, but...
I know Wisconsin will take the first down at the 35. Full house backfield. And somebody lost their headgear in there on the stop for Dylan Jones. I think it might have been Caden McDonald, and he's got to go out for a play.
You know, one of the question marks on this Ohio State defensive line when they lost Tedrick Williams last year is just how good could they be inside, because they were great at defensive tackle. But I tell you, Malone, McDonald, and they're coming in with extra guys too. I mean, there's 4, 5, 6 guys that are rotating in there.
McDonald's a second-team mid-season All-American, the guy that had to sit out a play. And diving for the first down, Lance Mason's got it.
Lance Mason's job was engage the end man on the line of scrimmage. Don't fall down, but if you do, get back up so your quarterback has somebody to get the ball to.
Lance came over in the transfer portal from Missouri State. And that's his 19th reception of the year and a first down, Wisconsin. So they've got a little something going on here on offense if they can keep it up. And back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it for Dylan Jones. Will Smith made the tackle. Luke Fickell, when he was at Cincinnati, 3-time coach of the year in the American, led the team to the college football playoffs in 2021, but here not so much. 15-17 in his third season.
Yeah, at that time when he was at Cincinnati, he was the hottest head coaching candidate out there.
Yep.
Interviewed for the Notre Dame job. Of course, Marcus Freeman got it. Wisconsin and their fan base were thrilled to bring him here.
They fake it to Dylan Jones on the end around, and then they throw it back to him in the flat, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Sonny Styles right there to make sure he didn't get a gain out of it.
I don't understand this play right here. No one in the middle of the field to throw to. It was like a one-man route. If you look downfield, there's just nowhere to go with the football. Good job out front, plenty of time, but no one in the middle of the field. Nothing to do but to drop it off against this zone coverage by Ohio State.
The umpire was the only guy in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it was crazy. Somebody must have busted a route.
Third down at 12. Giacomelli in the backfield with Hunter Simmons on a 3rd and long. Buckeyes might have jumped. Could be a free play. Simmons rifles it down the middle and got his man. Good throw, and he got it to Lance Mason again.
I think he went right over the head of Arvell Reese that time. Right off the slot. Since Ohio State jumps, he knows that he has a little extra time to get down here with this throw. And he does. He's got it right in there. I think Caleb Downs turns the other way.
Defense number 97 was in the neutral zone at the snap. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Caleb Downs was in the middle, but he kind of went to the field that time, and then he had to get it over the outstretched arm of Arvell Reese, and he makes the knee catch and stays with it.
Good job for Lance Mason.
Are they going to check it?
They might be looking at this. Yeah. They're going to stop action here.
The ruling on the field was a completed catch. That play is under further review.
And so that'll go to our replay official and the folks in Illinois. Melissa Barlow is our replay official. Yeah. Here's the same look we just had. In between the calves and the knees and the hands and the rollover.
Does he stay with it?
I say he does.
Yeah, if it's called incomplete, remember, they will allow Wisconsin to take the 5-yard penalty and get an extra to play over.
That is catching it with your entire body.
Yeah, that's a drop and then a catch. Oh, that nose of the football, but it looks controlled to me.
Yep, still got a hand on it.
That was a great throw that time by Hunter Simmons. He knew, as Brad called it, got a free play, took a tough throw down the middle. Nobody there last play, but this time they stretch the defense and make a really nice throw and a, what would you call that, an acrobatic catch?
Something like that.
After further review, the ruling on the field of the catch is upheld. First down and 10, Wisconsin.
That's a 23-yard pickup and a much-needed explosive play for the Badgers. Finally, their fans have something to cheer about.
Yeah, I think this Wisconsin offensive line is holding up pretty well so far. Let's see if they can continue that, because this is a very talented front they're facing.
So Wisconsin's worked it to the Ohio State 33. First down. Simmons in the gun, back to throw, pressure coming, down he goes.
See, that's the one where you would really love him to just get rid of the ball. Give me second down and 10, and that's the lack of experience from Hunter Simmons. He came in here as a 3-year transfer from Southern Illinois, but did not play a lot of games. And this
Arbel
time,
Reese.
yeah, this time, this is a quarterback sack, if you ask me, okay? First and 10 call. The coach trusts you with the football. If it's not there, give me second and 10.
Don't give me second and 17. So a loss of 7 on the sack. 5.5 sacks on the year now for Arbel Reese.
Caden McDonald, one of the true superstars on this defensive line, shows his athletic ability. This guy's 6'3", 329 pounds. Watch him move at the line of scrimmage right here. Oh, he went left and right and around him all in like a blink of an eye. No.
I got a feeling Caden can dance too, because that was a 2-step or a 1-step, and he was there. Now it's third down and a mile. It took in the backfield with Simmons. Tried to get Ohio State to jump again. We do have a flag.
I think it's going to be on Wisconsin, don't you think?
Didn't seem like they jumped in the neutral zone.
Ball starts. Offense number 10. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
So that was Gideon Ituka, who had just come into the lineup, I think his first snap. And a few plays ago, that's Dylan Jones limping off, the starting tailback.
And they're already missing Darian Dupree. Okay, now you lose Yakameli, and that's why Ituka's in the game.
And then he jumps.
Exactly.
That's not good.
He barely found his helmet before he got out there.
That's third down and 22. They've taken themselves out of field goal range. Now the Buckeyes jump again. Could be a free play again for Simmons. Throws late, throws incomplete.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Hunter Simmons. As you get the jump at the end of the line, you're going to let that ball go, take every chance with it. I think it happens right over here this time. Kenyatta Jackson.
Offside. Defense number 97. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
All right, think about this Wisconsin team, Brad. They're playing with their number 3 quarterback because of 2 injuries at quarterback. Now they're playing with their number 4 running back right now. Losing Dupree last week.
Yep.
Jones went down. Yakameli goes off. And now you're going to number 4.
And it's still the third down at 17, even with the offside penalty by the Buckeyes. Blitz coming late from Styles. Simmons loads, has hit as he throws, and harmlessly will roll unless they don't rule that a throw. It's picked up by Arbel Reese, who's got the ball. I don't know if I've heard a whistle.
I think
if they rule that a fumble.
Yeah, I think Kenyatta Jackson, number 97, knocked it out of Simmons'
Ruling on the field is a fumble. Recovered by the defense.
Was
first
the ball
down and 10.
moving forward, though?
Well, I think that's a throw.
Yeah, that's a pass. That's a pass. Now remember, the officials are instructed to call it a fumble.
Timeout on the field.
They let the play go.
No, I don't see that as a fumble.
No, that's a pass.
We got a timeout to sort it out. It's either going to be 4th down and a mile, or it's going to be Buckeyes ball. We'll find out in a minute.
Domino's best deal ever.
Well, we're here. You guys said it. Jackson makes a great play, but Simmons does hold on to it just enough and squeezes the nose or the back nose of that football with control. And we know the hand just has to start moving forward. A great look here, but you can clearly see that he's got control just as he starts. Then he begins to squeeze it. It kind of squirts out, but we just need to have control with the arm starting forward to be incomplete. Good job in replay.
Gee, just to clarify, though, the officials lean towards calling it a fumble, right? To keep it live?
Yeah, I think you do, Gary, for sure. You never know if Jackson's going to knock that thing loose, and now you're kind of pushing a loose ball forward. So I've been back there before. You just want to drop a beanbag and let it play on.
So they did reverse the call. Bertram's punt. Let's see.
Yep, he's got the ball outside. NFL, you can't have your feet in the end zone, but college, it's just the ball.
Couldn't have done it any better as Bertram's put it down there, and then his coverage team did this.
NFL call, and people are used to watching the Packers around here. If you have your feet in the end zone and you touch the ball, it's a touchback. College, it's just the ball.
So that's going to put Ohio State's offense, in a hole here at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, you know what Ohio State offense is thinking right now? Oh, here's an opportunity to get 97 yards.
Yeah, and use about 6 minutes of the clock.
Exactly.
1st down. Julian Sayin in the shotgun. Bo Jackson is with him. Bo gets the call. And he'll blast it out to around the 8. Gives him a little more room to work. 2 touchdown passes from Julian Sayin to Carnell Tate. And the field goal, if you're just joining us, that's where the Buckeyes are right now here with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. 2nd down and 5. C.J. Donaldson, now the Ohio State tailback, but it's Sayin to throw, and he goes to Donaldson out of the backfield. 1st down. A lot of injuries so far for Wisconsin in this first half, Jenny.
It's been busy. Okay, so Christian Allegro, who's out on the field right now, he was back in the locker room. They put a brace on his left arm. He's trying to work through it. If he can play, he's going to be out there. If it doesn't go well, he's out for the game. On the offensive side of the ball, Dylan Jones and Cade Yakimelli both dealing with lower body injuries. So right now they're on their 4th string running back, guys, because Dupree is already out.
Oh, boy. Not what they were looking for today here at home. Play action. Sayin loads, going to go to the tight end, and it's going to be short of the 1st down. Max Clare about 2 yards shy of the 1st.
Watch the center play of Carson Hinsman right here. You get this center giving you time in the middle of that pocket. That allows your quarterback to climb inside. Watch the job he does, pushing his guy past the quarterback on the play. Carson, a Wisconsin lad.
The only Wisconsin native on the Ohio State team out of Spring Valley, Wisconsin. There's his mom and dad. John looks like he can play right now.
Absolutely. Carson has some tough memories here. As a freshman in high school, he lost the state championship here. And then in 2023, he was the starting center, and he said, I had a rough game against these guys.
He's not having a rough game here today. Not yet. Sayin that one's tipped, incomplete, intended for Jeremiah Smith. And it'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Good call, Ness. I think it was Barton again, number 68, that got his hand on that one.
There's the numbers on Julian Sayin. He's not hurting his completion percentage. This is only the 2nd incompletion, and there's the play Gary talked about. Got a hand up there, and it forces 3rd down.
Yeah, good effort that time. Remember, you saw Kenyatta Jackson turn around the corner, get low, and that's exactly what happened with Ben Barton that time.
Badgers looking for a 3rd down stop here. And they get it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I think it was Ben Barton again, number 68. Watch him get in there. What you try to do is change the math inside. Watch him take two guys by penetrating and making what we remember a long time watching Wisconsin football. Those defensive linemen making plays like that in the backfield.
Splitting the gap, and he did it beautifully.
Yeah, got inside Chabola that time and made the play, and that's what the fans around here love to watch. That's Badger football.
So that's the first punt coming up for the Buckeyes. Joe McGuire to kick. Ooh, they got close to that one. Fair catch taken around the 36-yard line by Jaden Ballard. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. That guy's had a heck of a game in the first half, despite the fact his team is down 17-0.
Trailing Michigan State when Fernando Mendoza finds Elijah Surratt for his 8th receiving touchdown of the season. Puts him ahead of Jeremiah Smith for the Big Ten lead, guys, for now.
At least for now. Thanks, Zook. 17-0 here. Wisconsin now. Their best starting field position as we take a look at the Discover Conference updates. Indiana and Ohio State on top. USC, Minnesota, big win last night at home over Nebraska. And the rest of the top half of the Big Ten standings. This is the 5th drive for Wisconsin and their best starting field position at the 36-yard line. Yakimelli, the tailback in the eye, with Simmons under center. He'll get the carry. And picked up maybe 3. Dylan Jones going to the locker room with a limp. Jenny already gave you that update, Jenny.
Yeah, you see Dylan Jones going to the locker room right now. They're starting right guard Kenny Kadonko, their 6th-year senior. He is now questionable with a lower body injury. So right now at right guard, we have redshirt freshman Colin Cubberly. Guys, it's been one after another, these injuries for the Badgers.
And it's a mash unit. We got a new quarterback as well, and Danny O'Neill. So everything changing up. O'Neill in the pistol. And Yakimelli gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And Caleb Downs, the All-American safety, with a tackle. There's O'Neill's numbers coming in as he comes back out.
They did this a little bit in the Michigan game, brought him in for 3 or 4 plays.
We asked Ryan Day, you expect to see 2 quarterbacks? Are you preparing for 2? And he said, yeah, at least for a few plays.
Matt Patricia now will get his 3rd down nickel defense revved up here. Let's see how they come after the quarterback.
They picked up 1 3rd down. Simmons throws deep into some traffic. Incomplete. It was intended for his tight end again, who's been his favorite target, Lance Mason.
Yeah, they
and
come
his
with
4th down.
5-man rush that time, man-to-man coverage. The interesting thing was when we were talking to Jeff Grimes about this secondary for Ohio State, he says even when they play zone, it looks like they're playing man.
That's if they cover a lot of ground.
Exactly. He said it's hard to tell if they're in man or zone because they just latch on to receivers.
Deshaun West now to punt this time. Brandon Innes waiting back around the 10-yard line. West kick again. This one goes all the way to the goal line. That's the bad news. Into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon Innes is so aggressive returning punts. He had to kill him not to return that thing.
62-yard punt, but it's coming out to the 20 for the Buckeyes offense as they lead by 17.
His action, which includes Lane Kiffin and company. Going between the hedges, Gunnar Stockton running toward them. 4th lead change of the game. Dogs on top. They're 7-0 at home against top 10 teams under Kirby Smart, up by 3 now, guys.
Good one going on in Athens. Here, a lopsided game as it's time for working on a win. Presented by the Home Depot.
As a quarterback, you have to earn the trust of the play caller. And Julian Sayin all year has. They started off the game. They let him throw the first drive. You see how patient he is. You see the ability of him to find those seams and rip the ball. And his accuracy, I don't know. There's not much more you could say. No. I know Jeremiah Smith is the best football player on the field, but maybe the most valuable player for this Buckeye offense is their quarterback. He had to come through.
And he's been almost perfect. First down from the 20 for the Buckeyes. Sayin on the RPO, completes it. Jeremiah Smith should be a first down for number 4. Hallman there with him.
Watch how he puts this ball up there where those receivers like to catch the ball. Again, pluck it out. They don't catch it with their chest. Go out there, stick their hands out like a first baseman catching it. 2 hands, boom.
Sayin throws to the outside to number 4 again. He's got another first down. Back-to-back throws with Carnell Tate already with a couple touchdown catches. Brian Hartline's going, okay, let's get number 4 involved.
Yeah, you know this Wisconsin football team understands the importance of this drive. They know this 4 minutes at the end of the half. 4 minutes, remember, Ohio State gets the ball in the second half. I mean, they understand, but you're up against a pretty skilled group right here. You almost have to have a turnover. Only 4 all year by this Wisconsin defense.
Wisconsin with a blitz. The RPO to the outside and 3 catches in a row for Jeremiah Smith.
Isn't it interesting just how many catches just look easy? You know, no, he had a tough catch, obviously, on the touchdown, but this time they go with a lock out right there. Bail technique, run the out, and boom, right in the face mask again.
Just pitch and catch.
Yep. It's approaching 7-on-7 in practice right here for Julian Sayin and this Ohio State football team. They've not rushed for a lot of yards, 22 yards, but they don't have to.
Sayin, near side throw, complete. Out of bounds, Dylan Graham.
I think he had his foot down.
And he did. So they put in Graham and Quincy Porter just to give Tate and Smith a breather. And then you go to the second string guys and you get this happening.
Yep, he's got that right foot down. Again, look where that ball placement is by the quarterback, right where the receivers love it.
We're going to take a look at it, but it's not going to be any different.
No, I think there was movement up front.
Oh, there was. There's a flag far side.
False start. Offense number 1. It's 5-yard penalty. First down.
And Brandon Ennis gets the call.
Yes, this football game for Wisconsin, they want to get into the third quarter jump around, right before the fourth quarter. And I'm afraid if they don't get this
there might not be
here,
any jumpers.
Yeah, they're ready. The students are there. They want to stay for that third quarter jump around, but they need to stop badly here, or it's going to become a sad third quarter finish here.
Isaiah West to tailback with Julian Sayin right now from the 48-yard line. Quick toss, sidearm throw, complete, and that is Quincy Porter, who I just mentioned a couple of plays ago. A freshman. He's got the catch. He's 6'4", 210, much like Jeremiah Smith.
Now, you don't get recruited by Brian Hartline. He's the guy that has the last word on receivers at Ohio State. They've had some receivers here at Ohio State.
I guess.
Ryan to the right. Calling the plays there.
Second down and 7 at the 40. On the ground. And a first down run and still going is Isaiah West.
Watch Phillip Daniels, the right tackle, work really well with the tight end here. Everybody does their job for this Buckeye on this run. Do it out, feed it, push it back into the guard this time. Help, I think it was Padilla was in at guard that time, number 62. The tackle, the guard working together, tight end loops out. Beautiful run.
Isaiah West, part of that freshman group along with Bo Jackson, and he's getting some work here in the second quarter. He'll stay in with Sayin on first down at the 26. Sayin throws complete to the tight end, but right on it. Nice job defensively to knock him out of bounds was Matthew Young. And we're at the 2-minute timeout. All Ohio State. Julian Sayin doing whatever he wants, and Ryan Day enjoying a 17-point lead. On Lake Mendota, some sailing lessons going on out there. We talked about wide receivers. You don't get recruited at Ohio State unless you're pretty good. Chris Carter, Joey Galloway, Terry Quinn, David Boston, Santonio Holmes, Ted Ginn, Michael Thomas, Terry McLaurin, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Marvin Harrison, Emeka Egbuka, who might end up being Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, and Jeremiah Smith right there. And Carnell Tate's going to go very high. Obviously, I think back to that 2021 team for Ohio State. 5 of those guys were on that you just went through were on the team for Ohio State in 2021.
James Peoples in the backfield with Sand, who's completing 92% of his passes. Let's see if he has time to get rid of another one. He does. He completes it, and it's his tight end at the 20-yard line, and Claire. So now he's 23 out of 25 for 200 and, I don't know, 20 or so, Gary, something like that.
Yep.
And 2 touchdowns to Carnell Tate. 3rd down and 3. The Wisconsin defense that's trying their best, but they've been out there a long time in this first half. Just inside the red zone, a 3rd down and 3 for the Buckeyes. Sand climbs the pocket, had that one tipped. Incomplete. Somebody got a hand on it. I think it might have been Brandon Lane. One of the very few incompletions.
And Wisconsin goes with the zone this time. Only rushes 4. They play 2 deep, kind of combo coverage, but they're all playing zone. They just push it off, and yes, just as he rode up into the pocket that time, it was Lane that came across and got the paw. I think it was his left hand on it. Good stop by the Wisconsin defense.
So that'll bring out Jaden Fielding. He made one from 38 earlier. His long on the year is 38, and this is from 38. And he pushed it to the right.
Missed it.
That's a break for Wisconsin to their defense.
Stay in the game. Get out of the half. And the Buckeyes basically make their first mistake of the game.
Yep. Luke Fickell says, okay, we needed something to go right. And let's go. And they will get the ball back now with 1:07 and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, here's the scary part right here. You know, this is again, you don't have your first string quarterback. You really don't have your second string quarterback. You're going with a 3rd stringer against an elite defense backed up on your own 20. Let's see how they come out, how aggressive they are. Jeff Grimes calling plays here.
Don't want to make a mistake deep in your own territory against this defense. Got a full house backfield. They shift their tackle over to the right-hand side. And they're just going to keep it on the ground here. A depleted backfield, too.
That's going to get some boobers out here. You heard it.
Second charge. Team and Ohio State.
Second Wisconsin timeout with a minute remaining. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Work versus fun. Know the difference.
My seminars are a great way to connect with young homeowners turning into their parents.
Breaking down cardboard is something you have to do, not something you get to do. Lawn care is not a hobby. I'm not trying to hurt you, just trying to be honest with you.
Watching a neighbor get his tree removed is not a weekend plan.
Hey, let's give it up for that guy.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
You're watching TV, not supervising it. Sit down and relax.
Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ will break down our game and catch you up on all the action from around the country. That's all coming up on the Geico Halftime Report in a minute.
Yeah, you're in between here. You know, Luke Fickell knows if he runs the ball again, he's going to get booed. I mean, he's living through a lot right here. What does he dial up?
They'll run it. Giacomelli picks up about 5. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that'll force the last timeout by Ohio State. You know, the right strategy, I think, is for Wisconsin to run again. Obviously, right strategy, I think, is for Wisconsin to run again. obviously try to get the first down, but if they don't, take 40 seconds off the clock. They're not built to go down the field like this against Ohio State. A mistake here almost ends the football game.
Ohio State out of timeouts. Wisconsin defense has been out there, as I mentioned, a long time in these 2 quarters, but their third down defense has been good the last couple of drives.
It has. You know, Ness, I watched very closely that game against Iowa, and when a lot of people were upset by the effort of this Wisconsin team, I mean, they're going through a lot. They got, you know, down to their third quarterback, 3rd year in a row. They lose their starting quarterback. Starts out so tough, but I thought they hung in there. I mean, I thought they did at the end of the game. Did they make some dumb plays, not following script? Yes, but I didn't see anybody dogging it when I was watching tape.
3rd down and 3. As Gary said, if you get the first down, that's great. It's more like 3rd down and 4 right now.
Got to run it, though.
And they do. And they're going to come up a yard shy. But now you can use the clock.
That's tough to do as a coach. You know you're going to get booed. I remember years and years ago, Ness, I'd be on the Lions team, and Monty Clark would be calling plays just like this, and he says, we're going to run it and get out of the half. And I said, Coach, you're going to get booed. He knew it, but, you know, sometimes you got to play the strategy for your football team and just take it.
Going to be about 10 seconds difference on the play clock and the game clock with a 4th and 1 coming up. And West is out there loosening his leg, getting ready to punt. And there's the timeout. So the punting team is out there for Wisconsin. The one thing you don't want to have happen is a block punt here. CBS tomorrow. TV's #1 show returns in a season premiere event you can't miss. Justin Hartley stars in an all-new Tracker. CBS tomorrow after 60 minutes.
Atticus Bertrams was their punter a week ago. He's from the Australia guy, runs both directions, kicks left-footed. They've gone with the tryout, and Sean West is the guy now today.
We call it the pocket punter.
Pocket punter.
Because everybody else is running left, running right.
He's rolling out.
We came up with a new term today before the game, pocket punter.
Deep pocket.
So Sean West, who's done well, and has boomed a couple.
You know, I'll tell you, this guy right here, Brandon Innes, is not just a punt block. This guy is super aggressive with the punt return.
Let's see if the Buckeyes bring the heat or have the return on. Oop, they brought the heat. He got it away. Innes backpedals.
Oh, what a punt.
And a good punt, and it used about 5 seconds in the air.
It was very close. I'm sure the punter could feel it in the pocket. And right up the middle, and what, maybe a yard away?
And Sean West kicking it east for 53 more yards. And used up some valuable clocks. There's one play left in the half, barring a penalty.
Never know because of, you know, double numbers, but I think it was Jalen McClain, number 18, that almost got that block.
And
special teams, you're always going out on a limb when you name a guy, don't you think?
Absolutely. When they get, by the time they get double numbers figured out, I'm going to be fishing somewhere. And a knee down for Julian Sayin, and that ends the half. Dominated by Ohio State. And a 17-0 lead. End of the half. Jenny's halftime interview with Coach Day. You can go to X at CBS Sports CFB. Now we're going to send you over to Adam Zucker, our New York studio, for the Geico Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, Wisconsin. And Ohio State, the #1 team in the country, looking all of that, leading 17-0, and they're going to get the ball receiving the second half kickoff. Innes will wait near the goal line. And the third quarter underway. And to bring it out to the 25-yard line. We'll bring it back into the booth. Brad and Gary, Jenny down on the field. You know, Wisconsin got a couple of third down stops. A missed field goal is a little bit of hope, but let's face it, number 1 Ohio State's dominated that first.
They have, considering though what Wisconsin faced, 23 for 26, 260 yards, but they've only gained 69 yards themselves. To have it even at 17-0, as you say, a couple stops have helped them stay in the game, but here's what happens. You got to do it again, because there is going to be no let-up. This Ohio State Buckeye team.
You see that completions for Sayin almost as many as offensive plays for Wisconsin. In the pistol, this is Bo Jackson off the left side, and Jackson goes out to the 30 as we go down to Jenny.
Yeah, I spoke with a deflated Luke Fickell. Although staying positive for his team, I said, what did you tell these guys at the half? And he said, we got to just go out there and fight. Yes, we have more players that are down. We can't worry about that. It's all about the next man up mentality. I asked for one thing he's looking for offensively. He said, we need to move people up front at the line of scrimmage, guys.
Here's Sayin out to Jeremiah Smith for a first down. So Carnell Tate, career-high 2 touchdown catches in the first half. And then late in the second quarter, it was number 4 that they were feeding. And they start the third quarter the same way to Jeremiah Smith for a first down.
Just the absence of turnovers, not making any really big plays all year for this Wisconsin defense.
Yeah, they're -6 in the turnover ratio, and they've turned it over all 7 games at least once. Bo Jackson out across the 50 on another Ohio State first down. Our game trends, kind of mentioned them already. Sayin's been almost perfect. He was around 92% late in the second quarter. Carnell Tate, 2 touchdown catches, total domination. As Gary said, only 69 yards for the Badgers, as our game trends presented by Allstate.
Yeah, the only, I guess, picky thing about this football game is that Ohio State figure out how to run the ball a little more efficiently.
Sayin got a low snap, and that might result in a sack, but he actually gets back across the line of scrimmage.
Chavola that time got whiffed inside, trying to block right guard, and that produced the rush on Julian, and lucky to get out and get back to the positive. Watch inside. Just a nice move to get in, flush the quarterback. And I think it was Reiger that time, 22, yeah.
Reiger shoestringed him.
Yep.
But he did get a yard, 2nd down and 9. Isaiah West stays in at the tailback spot for the Buckeyes. And now under center for Julian Sayin. They'll give it to West. And he's stacked up at the line. We're going to bring up a 3rd down and about 10, actually.
Yeah, this is the way you play defense. Watch these defensive players for Wisconsin just continue to get their hands on the offensive lineman and push sideways. Keep the man in front of them. Just create a pile up front and make the defensive play. That is team defense.
Even though Ohio State got a couple of first downs, if Wisconsin can get them off the field on this 3rd down, that would be a win in the opening few minutes of this quarter. Third down and 9. Here comes the blitz. Flags are down. Sayin throws, and it's caught, but it's short of the first down.
I think Mason Reiger, who put a little bit of pressure that time, I think he lined up off sides. I wonder if he's going to get away with this.
We do have a flag down. Jeff Cervinsky's going to let us know.
Illegal formation. 5 players in the backfield. That penalty is declined. It's going to be 4th down.
4th and 4. Good one for the Badgers this time. They stopped him on 3rd down. Here's what I thought. Thought he lined up off sides on the play. I really didn't see the illegal formation. I didn't see it. It wasn't obvious to me. Going to go for it?
4th down and 4. Boy, this is where Wisconsin could really use a stop.
Yeah, an opportunity for them. This could turn the game around for them.
Donaldson was Sayin on the backfield for the Buckeyes. On 4th and 4. Sayin throws far side, and Tate caught it. He caught the back end of that thing on the way out of bounds.
I mean, he put it right on his hands. I mean, a 3-man rush. They're playing 8 back. It's going to take a good throw. He makes a perfect throw.
I mean, that's just crazy.
I know.
Pick up a 19.
So that's that. I mean, you're thinking a lot of time. Well, Ohio State, will they do the, they run the quarterback? No, they're not going to do that. They let this guy. He's just a beautiful thrower, and he's doing it. I mean, he's got a perfect day to throw the ball. I will say that here.
Over 100 yards for Carnell Tate, including 2 touchdowns. And they go back to him on the sideline. He makes another great catch.
Julian has been well taught as a quarterback. He grew up, playing AAU ball 7-on-7 and keep the ball high for your receivers. He does it over and over again.
This ball placement is just insane.
Yes, the receivers just love that type of catch.
Pick up a 7, 2nd down and 3. Back to Bo Jackson, hit in the backfield, and good pursuit. It was Reiger with the first hit.
He was.
He got help from his friends.
The coaches said, if you look at number 22, he's a havoc causer. He caused havoc on that play because he just beat it inside, got a whiff from the offensive tackle or guard, and just made the play. Undersized. He's got a making plays all over the field.
Came from Louisville, didn't play all that much last year due to injury, but he's been all over the field today. 3rd down and 7 this time. Sand gives to Jackson and dragged down for another loss. Daryl Peterson.
This crowd that saw their Rose Bowl teams at halftime, as you see, his flag is down, will
Prior
appreciate
to the
a
ball being
defensive play.
snapped, false start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So it doesn't really count.
No, it doesn't count.
Philip Daniels on the other side of the play, way over here, is the one they called it on.
So that's a break for the Buckeyes because the play was basically dead, and he lost more yardage than the penalty
And
was.
I will say this, the Buckeyes on the left side of the line were not aware of that. That was a good stop, but they get to do a do-over, and that allows number 10 to have another shot at you.
3rd down and 12. Tate and Ennis both to the right side. Jeremiah Smith to the top of the screen. He's looking that way, saying, scanning the field. Late throw, and it is caught by Ennis.
It was, but they showed that they were in man-to-man coverage. They're all up at the line of scrimmage. Let's see what happens after the snap is. They're showing everything. They bail out of it, forces Julian out of the pocket, and everybody sticks downfield. They're patient. They don't come up on the quarterback. They're handling Jeremiah Smith. Nowhere really to go to your number 1 receiver. That's where they wanted to go.
So that's going to bring out the field goal unit. So they get a stop, the Badgers. Fielding missed one in the 2nd quarter from 38. This will be a 37-yard field goal. From the right hash. And this one's up and good. So 8:42 remaining 3rd quarter. Top-ranked Ohio State has added 3 to their lead.
I'm like
Dello game changer. You want to talk about game changer? Barry Alvarez, when he got here from Notre Dame, became the head coach, had a rocky first season, then put together 3 Rose Bowl champions of the 90s, including the 2000 Rose Bowl and a win over Stanford. And all those teams gathered last night and today here. And there's Coach Alvarez, Coach Alvy, and a standing ovation for those teams. And some great teams they were. Gary and I followed them a lot during that stretch, that decade. And there's what Barry did. Most wins in school history. He's a College Football Hall of Fame inductee. Only coach in Big Ten history to win back-to-back Rose Bowls. And 3-0 Rose Bowl record. You can even have one when he was an interim coach. When he was the athletic director, he coached one more Rose Bowl after that. And those were better times, for sure.
And remember, he was warned, do not take this job.
Yeah.
It's a dead end, and he sure found out it was not a dead end.
Well, Gary and I have had a lot of fun in this building. I don't know that we've ever had more fun than a few years ago. About 30 years ago, a guy came down that tunnel by the name of Chris Farley at practice on Friday to talk to the team.
If you don't go to the University of Wisconsin, you're going to end up eating government cheese and living in a van down by the river.
And Farley joined us in the booth. We missed about 5 plays that day because we were laughing so hard at the late Chris Farley, one of the great comedians of all time, and a Madison native who's actually buried about a half a mile here at a cemetery near the stadium. But that's one of the funniest things we've ever seen when he talked to the team on Friday before the game.
He came running out, and he fell down 3 times. He stumbled. He did somersaults.
And he did the hitching up his pants thing. And
You're right. We did have great memories. We came here when Barry was building the team. We went with this team when they went to Tokyo.
To beat Michigan State.
Yep. Great memories.
And we salute those guys and all those Rose Bowls that were here at halftime. Pretty cool. 2nd down and 10 for these Badgers. And this throw is high and incomplete. Nate Benosin with the coverage back there. Defensively brings up 3rd down and 10.
There is literally no fear in this Ohio State secondary for any receiver playing for Wisconsin Badgers. They're just squatting. They're catching them. They're keeping their hands on them. They're not getting deep at all. I don't even believe that have they thrown a deep pass in the game. I don't know if they have. That might have been the deepest one right there.
It probably was that one. Giacomelli in the backfield. He'll now flare out of the backfield. Simmons looking that way, getting some trouble. Throws sidearm, got it complete. And it's out near the 30-yard line of Vinny Anthony.
Yeah, you can tell when he went in motion, and the linebacker went with him right here. He knew it was man-to-man coverage. Underneath, 2 free safeties deep. And he, you know what, he was careful there not to throw a lateral on that play.
Yeah, didn't work so much against Iowa.
Exactly.
So we'll get another punting situation coming up for Sean West. And Brandon Innes waits back around the 20. Hate to say the punter's been one of the stars of the day for Wisconsin, but he has been. Innes is going to let this one bounce, and it's going to get a great roll again. He finally picks it up at the 10. A little bit dangerous. Makes a couple guys miss and got about a 7-yard return out of it.
We've seen him for a couple years. He is aggressive when he goes for that football.
Averages around 15 yards a punt return. Midway point, 3rd quarter in Madison, but it's all Buckeyes.
Hey, co-pilot. How do I go there? What sort of thrust does this thing have on it?
Hey, co-pilot, that's a cool mic. What is it?
That's the HyperX Quadcast 2S.
I hate writing about myself. Help me turn my portfolio into a bio.
Inspired by her cat Ziggy, Jenna's work is a contrast of sturdy form and wild color.
I like that. How about that hat? Let's talk about that chair.
Do you see what I'm highlighting?
You're talking to your computer. Can you show me how?
Show me that visually?
Oh, that's nice.
What would you like me to do next?
Jersey Mike Subs. State Farm. And by the Home Depot. Midway, 3rd quarter, Camp Randall Stadium. Don't forget, coming up Tuesday at 11 Eastern, over on CBS Sports Network, join the Inside College Football crew as they break down all the week's mayhem and look ahead to next week's action. Awesome show. They have a lot of fun and a lot of info. 11 o'clock on Tuesday. Now, you worry about Jeremiah Smith a lot, and he has caught 7 balls, but Carnell Tate has 6 for 11 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. On the other hand, Jeremiah Smith's long for the game with 7 is only 14 yards. You got to wonder, just let him go deep. I mean, even if it's man-to-man, one-on-one, he goes up and gets those.
He's to the right. They'll keep it on the ground to Bo Jackson, though. Jackson trying to pop it outside. He's not going to get there. Nice pursuit by Wisconsin to their defense.
Yeah, not often you would say when a quarterback goes 29 for 32 for close to 300 yards, but I think the Wisconsin defense has played well.
I do too.
I mean, Ohio State has tried to run the ball maybe 10 times. They have not been successful. I know they're trying to throw it. I understand that. They're not trying. They're trying to open it up with the passing game. But, you know, it's always been Ohio State. They like balance. Today, they have not been able to be balanced at all. I guess by choice.
James Peoples, the tailback this time. But it's going to be Sayin, and he's hit, and he goes down. Nice pursuit, and it was Agard from the secondary with a sack.
Was it Daryl Peterson, number 17, that put a little pressure on him? Let's see what happens here. Time 17 right in the middle. Yes, he is. Daryl Peterson from Akron, Ohio. He got a sniff from Ohio State. That's where he wanted to go. He was happy to go to Wisconsin. He loves it. But his school was Ohio State.
And now he says, but I'm all Badgers. I wear the W proud. That was a proud play. See if they can come up with another one. Sayin rifles it to Jeremiah Smith. Oh, he let go of the ball at the end. Let's wait and see if he caught the ball or if it was blown dead or if they got back on top of it if he did. The linesman's right there trying to get the bodies
Rolling on
off.
the field as the runner was down on the ground before the bar came loose. First down.
All right, his knee was down before it came out. And it's going to be a first down.
The Ohio State offensive line answered the bell there. Remember the pressure the time before for the sack? This time, Daniels on the right side does a great job of taking a stunt from Wisconsin, just stoning it, nowhere to go for that pass rush that time against the Buckeyes.
I think they're going to maybe take another look at this.
Ruling on the field is a first down. That play is under further review.
Yeah, I think because his knee was down, they're going to say, wait, you can't have both. No fumble and the knee down short of the first down.
Here's another look from a different angle. Gene's along with us.
Yeah, that's going to be short. That's a good stop and review.
Gene, what do you think?
I agree with you, Gary. Yeah, good stop and review. I think when Jeremiah Smith's knee gets turned, body kind of starts to turn as that knee hits. And I had him in real time short of that line to gain if our yellow indicator was right, which I think it was. You see there, that body kind of twists with the ball and the knee down. I think he's short by about a half a football, fellas.
Yeah, and what's kind of cool there is the first time they look and they go, no fumble, and then somebody goes, did he make it? Because if his knee was down, we better check if he made it. And I think he was, what, a foot to go, right?
Luke Fickell obviously interested in this upcoming call. It's under review. That one probably shows it best, I think. You see it ripped out, but his knee was already down.
Yeah, and remember, he had the ball in his right hand when his knee goes down. I think he's short.
An AT&T pylon cam, another look down the line. This one taking a minute.
The question is, if it's short, does Ryan Day challenge his team who have not been able to run the ball to say, let's see if you can pick this thing up?
That was on, by the way, that was on 3rd and 15.
Right.
Is it 14 and a half or is it 15? Glenn Alyssa Barlow is our replay official here. Here's the call.
The ruling on the field has changed. The runner's knee was down with possession of the football at the 26.5-yard line. 4th down and a half yard at the 26.5.
Let's take one look. Remember, this is 3rd and 15. Try to run a stunt here. Look at how the Ohio State offensive line handles the stunt by this Wisconsin team. They stone it, then they come off. Beautiful job by that offensive line. That allows it.
Let's see what they do with a 4th down and a foot. Under center. Julian Sayin trying to draw him offside so far.
I think Luke Fickell would love to see him go for it. This could turn it around for his team.
And there's a quarterback sneak, and he's got it. Big pile up as Sayin picks up the first down.
Yeah, no doubt that, Will Howard, it's 230 pounds running a quarterback sneak. A little different than Julian Sayin. They did a good job inside to crease it out for him to pick up the first.
Yeah, Hinsman, the center, and the 2 guards came off the ball well and easily. Julian Sayin picks up the first.
Did a great job on that one. Right guard, 77, spun through it and made the hole.
So first down at the 28. Cardell Tate comes a little bit closer in line. And they're going that way. And that one's a rare miss.
those are the timing of those throws are always tough. If the quarterback, you're picking out a spot, it's 3 steps to throw. If the receiver goes 1 yard too deep, it looks terrible. Too short, he's open too long. That is timing that you have to have with your receiver and quarterback. That time, the timing was not right.
Saying 4 career 300-yard passing games, including in this one today. And back to throw again. Going to throw it out in the flat to Bo Jackson. He's going to have an easy first down and then some.
Good job all day. Again, we talked about how well Julian Sayin is coached, basically. A lot of it came from his experience in high school, but watch how he's real comfortable and then knowing where his outlet is. He's proved this through all of this 2025 season. He's been patient with the football, not trying to force the big play and moving around in that pocket.
You saw Reiger almost got him by the ankle, but he pulled away from that to complete the pass. Now back to Bo Jackson. Jackson spins his way into Badger territory at the 49-yard line.
Watch Will Kazmarek this time, number 89, come in from the tight end spot and get the block inside on the wham play. There it is right there, just creasing it.
Now on the play fake, going deep for Jeremiah Smith. Tips and incomplete. Nice coverage by Hallman back there.
So Carnell Tate beat Hallman for a touchdown. But Jeremiah Smith is 0 for 2 against them. This is the second time they went one-on-one, and Ricardo Hallman makes the play.
Ricardo, his stepdad's Frank Gore. We said to him yesterday, if you play as long as your stepdad, you're going to have gray hair the next time we see you. And he has had a nice game.
Not surprised they didn't try to go deep. They're probably thinking 4-down territory to run the ball here. Or throw the ball.
Whichever works. Yeah. 3rd down and 3, and they will throw it. Sayin, and he's got the first down. And down the sideline goes Quincy Porter.
A cute play that time. You're going to run the back on the wheel route, and then you have Porter wheeling outside. You go around here and then come and follow him up on the play right there. Nice design play to the outside. The deep wheel route takes out the corner, and you just throw right behind him.
So it's a pickup of 22 for Quincy Porter, who's having himself a game, too, the freshman. First down with 3 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And a keeper by Sayin. Don't see that much. That's his 16th carry of the year.
And see, this is what you have to do if you're a non-running quarterback. Every once in a while, you have to let the defensive coordinator see that you're willing to pick up 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. That'll help the Buckeye offense and running game in the long run.
Talking with Ryan Day, and I said, I'm sure you'd like about 60 more yards rushing a game. He said, we'll take any that we can get. That's one thing that, if you look at Ohio State, you might think that's an Achilles heel, but not when they're running like that. Isaiah West got it 1st and goal.
Another one of those true freshman running backs. A lot of competition at Ohio State. Again, I think it's Max Clare goes in. Nice block, pulling out. Hinsman, I think it was Hinsman inside.
Beautiful opening for West. And the Buckeyes have got it down. 1st and goal. With 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
This has been the most balanced drive for the Buckeyes all game. 11 plays, 6 of them runs.
At the 4-yard line. West, the guy that got him there, and he gets him a couple yards closer. Allegro made the tackle. With the club on his left hand, still made the stop.
Did you see Isaiah West? They were taking him out, and he went, oh, man. Yep. I got us all the way down here, and I'm not tired.
C.J. Donaldson, the tailback, in the eye. He's been their touchdown maker down close this year. 6 rushing touchdowns. They pull it and throw it and lob it and touchdown to the tight end, Kazmarek, for the score. Will Kazmarek with a touchdown. And that's 3 scoring tosses for Julian Sayin.
Yeah, you really don't blame Wisconsin for selling out here. Really tough to stay with your man when they're running out. This one's going to go this way a little bit. Pop pass off the play action. You line up. Ohio State's going to run ISO. No, they're not. They're going to almost do a jump pass.
Extra point for Jaden Fielding. Up and good. Late in the third quarter, the Buckeyes add another touchdown. 83-yard drive in 13 plays. Took them 6 minutes and 20 seconds. And Kazmarek, the transfer from Ohio, has got his 2nd touchdown of the season. And Julian Sayin has got his 3rd touchdown of the day.
When holiday inspiration sparks, there's only one thing to do.
Yeah, if you guys saw last week at Oklahoma State, there was a sister that bet her brother $10 to take his shirt off and start this trend where you just waved it around your head, and I guess they're doing the same thing here today, getting prepared for jump around. You know, the game might not be going as planned, but these fans are having a lot of fun out there.
They sure are. They got to wait another minute 15 for jump around, and when they get done jumping around, they might jump out to State Street.
That's
might
right.
Be over
they
there.
were a little late arriving with a little tailgating, but they got here in time for the jump around.
Speaking of State Street, Gary and I hope, and Jenny hope to go to State Street Brats when this one's over, if we can get in.
I'm ready to do that.
If we can get in. I don't know.
I used to eat those brats. I was a lot younger back then.
I had a buddy that played for Wisconsin, a good friend. He's texted me 3 days in a row, did you have a red brat or a white brat? I finally said, if I ever get over there and I ever get in, I'm going to have one of each and a very cold beer. 1:15 remaining here as we send it over to Adam Zucker for a Jeep update.
Well, Ness, if you had your shirt off in Fayetteville, you would have gotten soaked. It was a 2-hour weather delay, but A&M and Arkansas got going, and it's Marcel Reed to Ashton Bethel Roman for his first career touchdown. 7-3. Aggies trying to go 7-0 for the first time since '94.
All right, Zook, thanks. Here, a shutout as Wisconsin's last touchdown was in the first quarter of the Michigan game, and that was 2 weeks ago. So they've gone scoreless against Iowa. We got a minute 15 remaining in the third quarter. Here, that's a long stretch without a touchdown and points. Of course, we talked about the injury problems this year, but how about the last really 3 years?
I know, for the 3rd straight year. And remember, modern college football, you're bringing in transfer quarterbacks. I mean, and I don't know how many programs, you know, you're trying to build a program that Luke Fickell is, and for 3 consecutive years, they lose the guy they brought in to play quarterback. Shot right there.
That's Billy Edwards, who injured his knee about 6 snaps into the season. Tried to come back against Maryland, couldn't go.
The irony for Wisconsin is they were the original transfer quarterback with Russell Wilson.
That one worked out for him. Hunter Simmons running for his life. Got rid of it just as he was about to get sacked. And out of bounds, Caden Curry was putting on the pressure as we check in with Jenny.
Yeah, some more updates on the Badgers side. Safety Matthew Traynor, he got hurt on a kickoff. He is in the locker room right now. He's out for the game. And some updates from the first half as well. Running back Dylan Jones and starting right guard Kenny Kadonko, they're both out, all dealing with lower body injuries, guys.
This keeps adding up to the mash unit that's been Wisconsin.
3rd string quarterback, 3rd string running back against the #1 team in the country is not a good formula.
Not at all. 3rd down and 8. Buckeyes bring an extra man with a blitz. Simmons in trouble. Could have been a holding call in there. It's a sack instead. And he is shaken up.
He might be hurt now, too. He spun to his left.
But it was down. It's 4th down.
I wonder if his left knee, ankle.
Just when we're talking about all the injury problems at the quarterback spot over the years and this season, and now the guy that's played the majority with the exception of 1 snap, Hunter Simmons. Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the way your ankle's supposed to go under your own body. It's just a lot of weight on top of you. That ends the 3rd quarter. We'll see who's going to play quarterback the rest of the way for the Badgers, but we know that those guys at least want to jump around a little bit. Right now, it's number 1 Ohio State that's doing the jumping.
For years,
27 and on a 4-game losing streak, but the spirit in Madison is always there. I jumped around a little bit. I got tired. You thought I was going to tear my ACL, so I stopped.
I've already broke the ankle twice. I'm done with that.
Home Depot, Big Ten on CBS, and heads into the fourth quarter. Sean West to punt again from inside his own 5-yard line. High snap, and he's going to run with it.
It's a long way to run.
Sean West still running, and he got it. First down, Wisconsin.
I think there was any chance.
This guy barely punted in practice until a couple of days ago, and now he's a running back.
There was a man that could have made a tackle. I think it's either Pettijohn or Peoples. Who you want? Both are number 20 that had a chance to make the tackle.
How about the balance there? Put his hand out. 4th and 19, and he picks up 20.
I think he was looking at the first marker and thought he only had to go 10 yards.
At any rate, he got the 20 he needed. And you take a look right there.
That was a great dodge. He broke a tackle, and then he had a huge dodge.
First charge, team timeout, Wisconsin.
So Wisconsin takes a timeout. They change quarterbacks, and there might have been some confusion.
They changed quarterbacks, but they only sent 10 guys out there.
That was the biggest play of the day, and it comes from the punter, who I mentioned earlier is having maybe the best game of any Badger, including that 20-yard run. Nice job, young man.
Being a champion means knowing when to work.
Your tracker. Let's check in with Jenny.
Yeah, although that play with Hunter Simmons looked painful, I'm being told by the Badger staff that this quarterback switch is not due to injury whatsoever. Simmons is actually okay. They're going with Danny O'Neil to try and switch things up, guys.
All right, Jenny, thank you. O'Neil came in for 1 snap in the first half, and now it might be his remaining 14 minutes or so to go. Played last season at San Diego State.
Well, this is how bad it is. Wisconsin's run the ball for 31 yards. 20 of them are by their punter.
That's not a good sign.
No, this is like rock bottom.
They took the tailback in the eye. They fake it to him. O'Neil, deep middle, and incomplete. Intended for his tight end, Lance Mason.
Yeah, beautiful job switching off by the secondary by Ohio State this time. At the end of it, Igbinosun comes off late, perfectly played, lets the guy go through the post, looks for the next one, finds it.
O'Neil on the season, coming in at completed 71% of his passes, 5 touchdowns, but 5 interceptions as well. From the 36. Straight up the middle. Looked like there was a face mask in the middle of that pile, but I don't see a flag. As Atuka on the carry.
Yes, we've watched. Yeah, I think he had his hand on the ball.
Yep. He's trying to rip the ball out, not his face off.
But we've seen live 7 quarters entering the 8th of this Buckeye defense. I don't see a weakness yet, do you?
I don't either. And I thought coming into the season, all the guys they lost, that they couldn't be this good, but they look to be as good. O'Neil, tough run by a guy that's been banged up as well, and he's got a first down.
See, that's what I thought that Luke Fickell was bringing in when he brought in Billy Edwards. One more guy to run the ball to help this offense open up a bit for Jeff Grimes. Kind of new attack of running the ball differently this year. It all kind of melted away with the injury to Billy Edwards.
O'Neil did have 44 carries coming in, so that's number 45 on the season. He does have a touchdown on the ground rushing. And so far in this drive, 5 runs, a couple of passes. Haven't gone very far. And we're under 13 minutes to play. That throw is too far in front of the tight end, Lance Mason.
Kind of interesting to watch this game unfold for Ohio State. You know, the 2 wild card players for this defense, Arvell Reese and Caleb Downs, have been very quiet in the football game.
Reese had a sack earlier. Caleb hasn't had to call his name that many times.
Nope.
The fewest through 6 games since 1975. They have given up a total of only 41 points in 6 games in 3 quarters.
Yeah, but you can almost smell now that Matt Patricia, the higher-end defensive coordinator, one of the big come-throughs for this team this year, the hiring of Matt Patricia when Jim Knowles left for Penn State. This was questioned. When it happened, everybody went, wow, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But it has come through, and right now I think he will not be happy and his players won't be happy if they don't pitch the shutout on this thing.
Iacomelli in the backfield with O'Neal on 3rd down at 6. And all kinds of motion and flags. And it's going to be a false start on Wisconsin.
Was it 71 Malman that time?
Offense, everyone but the center.
Yeah, there you go.
Penalty, 3rd down.
That kind of says it.
That's
right
not nice. That means the center was wrong. He actually said it. Everybody did it right, maybe, but the center. Let's see.
Jake Renfro is like, I got this. I know the snap count. Oh, no.
Yeah, you wonder if it was Renfro that didn't know the snap count.
Could be. It happens. And it makes this 3rd down that much more difficult. O'Neal waiting too long. Down he goes. Kenyatta Jackson with a sack.
Yeah, that's the problem. You have to have that clock in your head. You know, your offensive linemen, they're going to push them wide. But once you grab it, it's 3rd and long. 1,001, 2, you got to let the ball go. Not easy. I'll tell you that right now. Coming off the bench, trying to figure out who's back there with all those Ohio State different zone looks and combo mans. Really, really tough to throw the ball.
Got to be careful here now. It's 4th and 16, and Sean West is in the punt.
The offensive weapon.
He took it 20 last time. I think he's going to kick this one.
Oh, what a punt.
Tell you what, if there's an MVP, he's it for Wisconsin. That's not what you want to talk about too much. Nice run back, though, by Brandon Ennis.
I told you, the guy's on Kansas. He just wants the ball. Oh, he got tweaked there again.
Yeah, the second time he's limped.
Looks like the same one he heard early in the game.
That might not be worth the punt return he got out of this. He fielded it at the 5 and had a nice return, but if he's hurt, that won't be good.
Down across the 40-yard line.
Going deep to the end zone. Touchdown, Carnell Tate.
Simmons back to pass. He goes up the middle where it is incomplete and intercepted.
Sayan throws left side deep. Jeremiah Smith is broken up by Ricardo Hallman.
Sayan's going to throw. Lofts it left corner of the end zone. Tate got it for another score. Carnell Tate.
And that's a look at our IHG Hotels and Resorts game recap. Julian Sayin has been nothing short of spectacular. Career high, 349 yards passing. He and Carnell Tate hooked up a couple of times for touchdowns. And Wisconsin has been unable to do anything offensively. Brad and Gary back here. You know, beginning of the game said, okay, Ohio State's, they're going to be now 7-0. It's going to be 11 straight wins. Are they getting better? What'd they do today, do you think?
I think one of the things, though, they just navigated maybe the toughest part of their schedule. 3 of the last 4 on the road. When they looked at it, they say, we have to get through this part of the schedule. They've done that. I still think they would like to run the ball better, but tough to take it out of that guy's hands.
Especially when he's doing that to Jeremiah Smith. All the way to midfield. It's going to end up being a 400-yard game before he's over in this one. That's a pickup of 26 more. And we got a guy down. I think it is Ricardo Hallman, who's been the best cover man in a depleted secondary for the Badgers. Not only today, but all season long. And that's who it is. They'll walk him off, and we'll be right back. Modelo. Chili's. And by Discover. Before we're done here, it'll be the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Take you back to the play. Ricardo Hallman shaking up, trying to track down Jeremiah Smith, number 2, coming in. As you can see, that he's going to get some friendly fire from one of his own guys, hit him in the shoulder, and then the landing wasn't very great either. So he goes off, and with him a little wobbly on the sideline, I'm not a play caller, but if I wanted to get Jeremiah Smith another grab, I think I'd run after whoever's taking Hallman's spot.
Wisconsin safeties might know that, too. They'd probably be back there in punt formation on this play.
It's a first down. Well, he's on the sideline now, so it's not going to happen on this play.
I mean, Julian Sayin needs 25 yards to throw for 400. That cannot have happened that many times at Ohio State. Julian Sayin needs 25 yards to throw for 400. That cannot have happened that many times at Ohio State. Playing himself into the Heisman race right here.
I would say. Nate Jackson with him in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And nice gain for Jackson. A lot of guys that have lost their jobs. We hate to see that. Most recent, James Franklin at Penn State. And things not going well today. And, of course, the endangered species list could very well include Luke Fickell as well here at Wisconsin. Just being honest. The athletic director, Chris McIntosh. And the chancellor, Jennifer Mnuchin. There could be decisions coming up. And, you know, we forget about the families they have and all of that. You go, okay, so-and-so got fired, so-and-so got fired. He's got, 6 kids.
Luke understands that. He knows the game he's in.
Yep.
When we met with him on Friday, he knows exactly where he stands. He even said, it's tough on Chris McIntosh. He loves this place, the guy that hired him for the job. He has to do the job for Wisconsin. It's just very complicated, but everybody knows big business these programs are.
Chris, former offensive lineman on those Barry Alvarez teams that we talked about earlier. And that's tough, too. It's your alma mater.
Yep.
Isaiah West getting some time today, and he's looked good.
Yeah, I think because a lot of people now will see the stats of this game and look at Julian Sayin and say he's playing himself into the conversation. He keeps winning game after game after game. You put the two together, the wins, playing for the championship and putting these numbers up, he'll be in the midst of the Heisman. They've had back-to-back Heismans. They've never had back-to-back national championships. They're in the running to do it this year.
Not many people have done that over the years either, the back-to-back national titles. Georgia, the most recent. Right now, pitching a shutout here in Madison.
Just remember, this is a team that lost 14 players to the NFL draft. 4 in the first round, 5 in the second round. I mean, these were stars of this team just a year ago. They're 2 running backs. Emeka Egbuka might be the rookie of the year, and they have reloaded. Will Howard was the transfer quarterback, and Ohio State comes right back with another championship team.
Sayin, waiting, bought himself some time, and throws. Almost got a touchdown to Jeremiah Smith. Emilio Agard broke it up.
He might have had his choice. He could either go to number 4 or Smith, but a nice job that time by Agard to make the play right. Took him right out of it. I thought he was going to throw to Brandon Innes. He was open on the play, too. Oh, look at him put his hands on his head. He thought Smith had that catch.
Sayin thought he had it, too, which would have been his 4th touchdown of the day. 3rd down and 3. Blitz coming. Swing pass. Out complete to Peoples. Peoples got the first down.
Yeah, that was a kind of a, it was a throw, but it was a run all the way to the wide receivers. They're all going to block downfield. No one else is catching this ball but number 20. You can see Jelani Thurman downfield blocking. See downfield Graham is blocking. They were not going to get the ball thrown to them. That was a one-man route to the running back.
Another good run. Gary mentioned this, and we start to think about it. The preseason here were the Heisman favorites. Manning, Nussmeier, Klubnik, Smith, and Sellers. The only guy that's still in that conversation, Jeremiah Smith. Now his teammate down there on the bottom is going to move up, and that top guy, after a 4-interception game last night, is probably going to move out.
Yeah, this guy might go to there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he could at least jump up a couple spots.
Well, that's yet to be determined, but he is playing great football. He's 35 out of 41 and approaching 400 yards on the day. West trying to rip the ball out, but he's got the first down. Daryl Peterson tried to rip it out of there, made the tackle.
Yeah, this is none of my business about how Wisconsin feels about their own team and how they do the podcast and write about it. But I would have nothing negative to say about my defense in this football game.
I wouldn't either.
If your offense is only going to get not even 100 yards in a football game and you're out there against one of the most talented receiving core, you're beat up, and these guys have been playing their heart out. Ben Barton, from the very first snap, I think Badger fans should be proud of the way their team fought in this game as hard as they could. They just are not talented enough.
Yep. And again, even on that snap, they make a play, and it might have been Barton again who had the official initial contact, number 68. Ben playing his heart out.
Yep.
Stratford, Wisconsin, a little town, about 1,500 people. I used to go with my dad in the truck about 2 o'clock in the morning to haul grain to Stratford, Wisconsin. So I know they got a big grain elevator there. That's about all I know.
Yeah, I would have set you up if I knew that.
Absolutely.
We've been together a long time, never heard that one.
Sayin, see if he runs with it here. Nope, late throw, and
man,
touchdown. Come on, it's Brandon Inniss. You usually don't get away with a throw that late, but watch this laser beam for the touchdown.
You have to remind, I did this. I did this for a living. Look at this, and where he puts this ball. Every one of his throws are right at that point for those receivers to go up and get it, and they go up and get it for a touchdown on this play.
You know, there's a lot of football left. We're halfway through the season, but you know when you and I have had those Heisman moments?
Yeah.
You know, whether it's Joe Burrow or Devontae Smith or somebody, to just roll out, buy yourself that much time, and then throw a perfect pass.
I'll tell you what that is, though. Heisman moment is great, but he's going to need more of them to win the Heisman. You got to win that at the end of the year. But it's an NFL moment, I'll tell you that right now.
77-yard drive in 11 plays, a little over 5.5 minutes. And Jaden Fielding will tack on point number 34.
And as good as Julian Sayin has been in this football game, Brian Hartline's receivers haven't dropped any of them either, I'll tell you that. They just go up and play it up and pick it off.
Another look at Julian Sayin's fourth touchdown pass on a 400-yard passing game today on the road. Back in the end zone, 34-0.
Sam Levin, who's back for the Sun Devils, to Jordan Tyson. He's got 8 receiving touchdowns. Breaking it all down in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Zook, thanks. 5.5 minutes remaining here at Camp Randall as the crowd has filed out for the most part. And Julian Sayin, that kind of tells it all. I prematurely said he had a 400-yard passing game. What is it, Garrett?
393.
393 and 4 scores.
Can't quite round up. He needs...
No, not that far.
I mean, not only that, I mean, the Buckeye team is 8 yards for 500, and their defense have held Wisconsin to under 100. Just total domination.
Yeah, that combination is impressive. There's the numbers, all career highs. Just not the 400 I said earlier. It's funny, he's 7 yards from a 400-yard game. The last guy to do that was C.J. Stroud in the bowl game in 2022. And we don't have a 100-yard receiving day for Jeremiah Smith yet, do we?
Nope, we don't. Just short.
They get the ball back. They might throw a 7-yard pass.
Might lobby for it.
Nice. Vinny Anthony
I bet you that, you want to substitute, but I don't think Ohio State will substitute on defense. They want a shutout. They'll put a few players in. I do see a few substitutes already in the game. Don't second look at it out there. Riley Pettijohn, 20's out there. Yeah, they have put in second and third team guys here to hold on, at least up front. Yep, in the backfield too.
But I'm sure they had instructions from the starters. Don't give this thing up.
Aaron Scott in there at corner. Yes, most of the guys has rallied out of the game.
That is a tough run by Ituka. Going to be a yard shy of the first down.
Wisconsin still with their numbers ones in there trying to do it. There's not much else. Gideon has to play. There's nobody else to do it.
That's right.
Top two guys are out.
Dupree didn't even play, injured in the last game. Dylan Jones went out of this one early.
Coverly has have to come in at right guard because of the injury that Jenny told you about.
Now O'Neal under center. And that's a first down run. And still going. Good job by Gideon Ituka. That's what we used to see out of Wisconsin football back in the day.
Yeah, that's right. Riley Mullman played right tackle all of last year, switched over to left tackle because of the need on the team, right behind Joe Bruner. Both of those guys are veterans coming back. They both started 12 games a year ago for this Wisconsin offensive line.
Gideon Ituka picked up 17 on that carry.
So did Jake Redfro, the center, number 57.
Now Giacomelli back in there. He hesitates and bursts forward. So the Ohio State defense giving up a little bit here with some of their backup players in.
Yeah, same routine. Been able to open up the holes. Good job inside by Renfro. He's been iffy all year, as I think it was Ness told you about. They've had 6 different combinations of starting offensive linemen this year because of various injuries.
Second down and a yard. And they get that yard and about 4 more.
It's basically what they call inside drill. 11 on 11, where you're only allowed to run the ball.
Wisconsin trying to get off the schneid on the scoreboard for the first time in a couple of weeks. And this is their best penetration so far at the 25-yard line.
Would be a nice time to pull it and have Danny O'Neal run the ball now. He's a runner.
About 3 more for Giacomelli. Next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern, we'll be back with another big-time Big Ten matchup. As always, we're going to get you started at 2:30 with Zook and the guys in the State Farm College Football Today show right here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Yes, they just put up 4 games, 8 teams. It's like you doing basketball at one of those tournaments, You just got to get ready for all of those teams.
That's right. You don't sleep those days. We're at the 2-minute timeout. Wisconsin trying to get on the scoreboard. They're not going to win the game. It'll be 11 straight victories for the Buckeyes shortly.
The first one was a spectacular throw down the middle. Darnell Tate, then the back shoulder throw. Tate again. Then the little play-action pass. That was an easy one. And this last one was spectacular. But if you saw those, obviously all 4 are touchdowns. What else do you see they have in common, Ness?
Put it up in the air where they could catch it.
Yes, he does every time. Been schooled very well. That's where they like it.
So Wisconsin trying to get on the scoreboard. 7th play of the drive coming up. The first 6 have all been runs for 52 yards. They'll run it again. And they get down inside the 20 with Gideon Ituka again. Wisconsin, last time they've been shut out in back-to-back games, I was still in short pants. 1968, they lost to Iowa last week, as we said.
I was a senior in high school. So, I'll tell you, during that timeout, though, at the 2-minute timeout, the whole number 1 defense for Ohio State went out there, encouraged them to say, keep it for us, keep that shutout. Great
Sweep to the
leverage.
outside.
Great leverage that time. Took on the blocker, made the play. It's exactly how you do it. Watch to the right side of the screen. He'll run right into it. Take it on with your inside shoulder, then bounce outside and make the play. Wonderful play that time.
Raheem Delane. Great job. Under a minute. It's 4th down and 5.
8 plays, 8 runs. Do they throw the ball here?
Play fake. O'Neal in trouble. Flips it. Oh. What a hit. It'll basically end any possibility of Aaron Scott on the tackle.
Okay, the play was to throw the ball, obviously, before Aaron Scott's big hit. Watch the coverage downfield. There is no one to throw the ball to. Everyone is covered. They try to go wheel out and slip run the running back out there, the fullback. Look at that coverage. And then Aaron Scott finishes it up to the delight, coming right across and making that play. Nowhere to throw the ball, Coach. I'm sorry. I know it's 4th down. You got to let it go, and I saw it, but
Lincoln Kienholz will come in at quarterback to wrap this one up for the Buckeyes as Julian Sayids' day is done. Just a reminder, still to come, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ share their insights on this one and bring you the day's best highlights on the U.S. Army post-game show. So, Ohio State goes to 7-0, 4-0 in conference play. The Badgers lose their 5th straight to fall at 2-5 and 0-4 in the Big Ten. And Ryan Day now 52-1 against unranked opponents.
Somebody please take.
And it was another shutout today.
Hey, I just wondering, thinking about what Luke Fickell was telling his quarterback that time, Danny O'Neal. He was like saying, man, you didn't have to take this shot. You needed to get rid of it downfield, and you got one of your guys kind of hit hard on that play.
And the shutout preserved by the Buckeyes.
And that was the cheering for those. All those starters were on the field encouraging their backups.
Defense is playing